55 to 60 yards out from goal. Oakleigh 23-16, Dandenong 17-15. Dropping a bit short also. Johnson tried to mark that one. He couldn't get it in time, but he's picked it up the handball of the car, and there's 4 points. There's 4 points to Oakleigh. They move now on to 24 goals 16, which equals the record grand final score, and Dandenong are on 17-15.
And down the drain goes the chance for Mr. J. Turnbull in the pick the points. The winner now must be Master P. McDermott of Edward Street in Sandringham. He's on 275. There's no one above that, 277, so he must take off the Neil Nielsen holders.
Yes, he certainly will, Phil. There's the ball in the back now, well up by Phil Hayes. As Wen gets the knockdown, it goes to Robbins. Graham Robbins of Oakleigh looking further forward for Big Bob, but coming at the back there was Peter Stedwell, and right behind Big Bob Johnson to take that mark. Stedwell puts the ball over onto the centre wing, looking for Danny Hibbert. Ryan Ford is also there. Danny Hibbert's got the run of the ball now. Gets it, handballs it over here to Harrington. Harrington in turn sends it up to Kevin Shinners on the centre wing. Shinners was going to hand pass it, but decides he'll put the ball further up forward, and he's put it straight into the hands of Frosty Miller. Miller has already kicked 8 goals today. A great performance from this fellow at full forward. He's had a good final series. 3 in the second semi-final, 9 in the preliminary final last week, and he's kicked 8 already today, and he's 50 yards out for this one. Frosty Miller puts it well on its way, and it's through for 4 points, and that's his 9th goal. So Dandenong move on now to, looking at that scoreboard there where they've switched that around, they're 18 goals 15, with Oakleigh on 24 goals 16. Well, that certainly decides they pick the points without any doubt, Phil. Clear Woodard there was the highest one.
Right, well, while you're thinking about the best player award for the match head, we'll go on with the game here. But it's 1972 Premiership to Oakleigh. And there goes the knockout. It comes down to Colcott. Colcott in turn up towards the half-forward line. Bob Johnson sets himself, playing in his last game. And Johnson comes in to take the mark, and could possibly be his last mark in senior football, because he's announced that he will retire after this match today. And can he retire on a wonderful note? Supporters starting to jump the fence. They're around the boundary line everywhere here, ready to rush on the ground, and it's a point going up. So Oakleigh now go to 24-17, 161 to Dandenong's 18-15, 123, and we're right on the 30-minute mark. Now that's a record VFA grand final score, kicked by Oakleigh. And can we get a shot in a moment when play slows down a bit with the people around the boundary line? They're getting onto the field everywhere here, as we have Orchard getting his kick in towards the centre of the ground. Shinners comes in to take the mark. Hand passes to Hibbert. Hibbert in turn to Flaherty. And they're fighting it right out as it comes up to Davies, and Davies takes the mark for Dandenong. Right down in front of our cameras, they're on the ground everywhere as it comes across towards centre half forward, and taking the mark in defence down here. Oh, is Ron Stewart, the 18th man on the ground. It was nearly on again. It's a bit late for this caper. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Where to go? Bang! Look at this. They're not short of letting one go now and again. I wonder what they say to Frosty.
Many things, Phil. Unprintable things.
Right, there goes the ball onto the half-back line, but the umpire's calling it back for some reason or other. All right, it's kicked wide of the centre of the ground, and in they move, and there's a mark by Colcott. Colcott went to pass it. He's absolutely exhausted on the ground. I don't know whether he's hurt himself. Well, someone's pouring champagne here. Look at this. Oh, this is in the dressing room, the Oakleigh dressing room. Boozy lot. Well, they're getting ready for the celebrations. You'll see that flowing pretty soon. There goes the kick up towards centre forward for Oakleigh. No one able to take the mark. Stacks on the mill, and umpire Phil Hayes says it will be a ball up. 161 to 123. And a great win to Oakleigh. Bob Johnson gets the ball, but the umpire had blown the whistle, and what's he going to do with it? We're at the 32-minute mark, a long quarter. And Bob Johnson's getting another kick. Well, this could well be his last in football, and he's got the chance of scoring a goal. What a great note to go out on, Ted.
Well, certainly is. He's had a great season with Oakleigh. Phil, he's kicked a lot of goals, and also with this great win today in the grand final. It was certainly a good trip here to Bob Johnson, too.
Well, here's Big Bob lining them up. Puts it on its way, and it's a goal. right through the middle, and Oakleigh go to 25-17. An all-time record score. Bob Johnson kicking 5 goals. And there's kids on the ground everywhere at the moment. The police have got their hands full keeping them off. They're right around the fences on the far side of the ground. All anxious to get out there, so you'll see a spectacle as soon as the siren goes. 25-17, 167 is the score of Oakleigh, Dandenong 18-15, 123. Play being held up here considerably as we have the bounce taking place now, and in they move, and look at this for a knockout. It's as good as a kick. Colcott. Comes down to Colcott. Colcott in turn across towards the centre forward zone. Sidwell comes out, gets the ball, and then gets the kick in and puts it into the hands of Taylor. And so Taylor gets his kick out towards the right forward pocket, and it's over the line and out of bounds on the full. This is a long quarter, this one. 33 and a half minutes. 33 and a half. And there's the siren, and that's it. Look at the 1972 Premiership to Oakleigh, and look at the crowd go out onto the ground. How these players will get off, we don't know. Big Bob Johnson, all smiles, and the happiest man in Melbourne at the moment. There's no doubt about that. Look at the big fellow. And there's the champagne. Give us the champers. He's got it. And listen to the crowd go wild. Could you imagine a more popular person to come off with the 1972 Premiership? Bob Johnson moving up the race here. Johnson moving over towards him. Bob, congratulations. Well, how does it feel? I know you've played in something like 7 finals, but they all say sweet victory, don't they?
This was the 14th grand final I played.
Well, it's not a bad
Senior
effort.
football. This is the best. This is beautiful. Beautiful.
You're drinking champagne, you're wearing it there also.
That's right.
Bob, what about next year? Would you contemplate playing another season?
Don't think so, Peter. I find it pretty hard now. I think I'll have to give it away.
So we could have seen the last of Bob Johnson
I kicked
playing
the last
today.
goal there today. It was the last of the game.
Bob, congratulations. You deserve to win it. You've worked hard through the year. Congratulations to you and the Oakleigh side.
Peter, thank you very much. And to Philip and Ted Henry for what you've done. And congratulations to Dandenong and the way they played the game. They played it hard. And I hope that what they've said about Huey Mitchell is all wrong, because he's done a wonderful job. He got the Mill Grand Final last year. He won it. He got beaten this year. It's bad luck, but he's a good coach.
Bob, I know those words will be passed on to Huey, and thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Bob Johnson, the captain coach of the Oakleigh side, and it's probably the last time we'll see Bob play football. It looks as though he will retire now. No doubt he'll coach the side next year. But it's a very happy room here. In fact, it's pretty hard to talk with the sound of cork coming out of the bottles. There's champagne, plenty of champagne flowing. And I think we'll hear what Bob's got to say if we do have time. Phil, if we haven't, you can take it back. But otherwise, we'll hear what Johnson has to say.